They arrived, they sacked, and then they left. Breaking news, guys. Liam Fox has been sacked as manager, head coach of Dundee United. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. The American owners were over at the weekend. They got a good viewing. Well, it wasn't really a good viewing, but they got prime seats as they watched Dundee United lose a relegation scrap to Malky Mackay's Ross County in Dingwall by 4-0. I mean, it's not the biggest defeat that Dundee United have had this season. By God, they've had a lot of big defeats, but it's not a good one, guys, and it has proven to be a costly defeat, a defeat that has cost Liam Fox his job. Now, let's be fair to Liam. Let's give him a bit of credit. A lot of people already wrote Dundee United off. After Jack Ross came in, he brought in good players, he assembled a squad. We expected good things for Dundee United. A lot of people were expecting them to maybe even challenge for third spot. That didn't happen. After the great win against AC Alkmaar, it was all downhill for there. They had a big 4-1 humping against Hearts. They lost at home 3-0 to St Mirren. And then the next game, speaking of losing at home, they lost 9-0 to Celtic, and at this stage it wasn't looking good, and it wasn't good, and Jack Ross, was probably fairly sacked. Then Liam Fox came in, and after a couple of games he got back-to-back wins against Aberdeen and Hibernian. Now, that doesn't say much considering how bad Aberdeen and Hibs have been this season, but still, at the time, it was good for Liam Fox. And then he got Dundee United a little bit up the table. He then picked up more wins. He had a period from November 9 through to January 2nd where he won 3 games out of 5 and collected 10 out of 15 points, which was a very good return for Dundee United. And at this stage, I think we all looked at Dundee United and thought, you know what? Liam Fox has gotten them playing decent. They've got a good squad. They're too good to go down. They're not going to get relegated. However, since they defeated St Johnstone on January 2nd, things have just went downhill, and they picked up only 1 point out of the last possible 21. So yeah, 6 defeats and only 1 draw, which came against Hibernian and a 2-2 game at Easter Road, and that has obviously led to the sacking of Liam Fox. Now, of course, there was a 5th round Scottish Cup defeat in there as well at home against Kilmarnock. The American owners have decided they do not think Liam Fox is obviously the man now to keep Dundee United up, and you know what, I've got to agree with them. I don't think he has the experience. I just don't think he has it tactically. I mean, who's to say he can't be a good manager? But I just don't think he is cut out. I don't think he's ready for a relegation scrap right now with Dundee United. And I'm looking at Ross County, I'm looking at Dundee United, and on paper, man, the Dundee United squad is way better. But if you ask me, out of the two, before that game, who was going to win it or who was more likely to stay up, I would have said Ross County, because Ross County have got Malky Mackay, and I just think Malky Mackay will be able to get them over the line. And obviously Dundee United owners have no faith in Liam Fox, and now after 5 defeats in a row he has been sacked. So Dundee United are now managerless. Now, we've seen it work for Motherwell. Motherwell were not looking good. Motherwell looked like they were going down, and they sacked their manager. They brought in Stuart Kettlewell as a caretaker. He won a couple of games. They appointed him as the full-time manager, and even then he came back at the weekend and rescued a point against Kilmarnock. So every time you sack your manager, you get that little boost. A new manager comes in and the players give it a little bit extra to play for the new guy, and I feel like that's what Dundee United need here, because I think if they kept Liam Fox, then they probably would have went down. Now, they could still go down. Now, they need to get the appointment right, but I do think this will give them a boost, and I'm not sure who they play in their next game, but I would expect Dundee United to probably come out and get a result. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of managers out there that are looking for jobs, and there's lots of jobs available as well. I mean, we've got the Aberdeen job, which is still, they're still looking for a manager. Okay, Motherwell have appointed Stuart Kettlewell, but we have the Dundee United job available now. We have the Partick Thistle job. There's lots of jobs available currently in Scottish football, and there's lots of managers that are looking around for work. I mean, Jim Goodwin recently sacked for Aberdeen. Could Jim Goodwin be an option for Dundee United? Possibly. But like Neil Lennon, I know he wants to return to Scottish football. Apparently he's got passport issues at the moment, but maybe Neil Lennon could be an option. I'm sure there is plenty of managers out there at the moment looking for an opportunity in Scotland. Maybe Ian McCall, he was sacked for Partick Thistle, but maybe he could be interested in the Dundee United job. We'll have to wait and see. But Liam Fox is gone, he's been sacked, and I think this is Dundee United's best chance and opportunity now of staying in the top flight. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in. Will they maybe appoint a caretaker manager and give him a couple of games? That worked for Motherwell. We'll see what Dundee United do, or will they look to appoint a permanent manager as soon as possible? Any news, guys, we'll bring it here to you on FogFit. But until then, until next time, Dundee United are now managerless. They're bottom of the table. It's no looking good for them, and it's no looking good for Liam Fox, because he is heading down to the job centre. That's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.